Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by thanking the great state of Ohio and Governor DeWine. I would also like to thank our hosts and event staff at the 2023 Ohio School Safety Summit, the Ohio Department of Public Safety, and the man who nominated me for the Safety Standout Award, Chester, Ohio Police Chief Craig Young. I also like to thank the Uvalde Foundation for Kids for recognizing me with their inaugural National Student Hero Award. Although I am humbled and glad to receive the recognition, these awards are not won. There are no winners. I wish for the day when these awards are no longer handed out. When we can all go to school without the constant threat of violence or bullying and just learn or teach like we're supposed to. My name is Casey Orlowski, and I'm now a proud graduate from West Geauga High School. In the morning hours of April 3rd, 2023, I found a bullet in the bathroom. I was in shock, not because I was scared of the object, but I was scared of what it meant, that someone was going to use that bullet to hurt themselves or someone else. Reporting that bullet resulted in an arrest of a student who had a knife, a 9mm pistol, and 3 full magazines of ammunition, and a plan to hurt many individuals in school that day. After I reported finding the bullet, I was sent back to class. After being questioned in front of class by my teacher about where I was, I told the class about the bullet I found and the resource officer's involvement. Everyone was very curious and concerned, as you might guess. Then I took my seat right next to my lab partner, Brandon Morissette, the armed gunman. Nobody could have known. How could they? But I also should never have been sent back to class. Something can be learned from every win, and make no mistake. The fact that everyone walked out of that building that day was a huge win. I relive that day in my head every day. I have trouble sleeping and other issues. I have been offered help, and I am accepting it on my own terms. Even though nobody was physically hurt, I will always bear the scars of that day. They will just fade with time and sharing my experience with good people like yourselves. Thank you for your desire to make Ohio schools a safer place for everyone, students, teachers, administrators, and security personnel alike. We have enough thoughts and prayers to fill hundreds of cemeteries. It's up to us to do better. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Dan DeRose with 19 News. Pretty amazing scene here in Columbus. You'll remember this story. This was from back in April of this year. Casey Orlowski found a bullet in the boys' room. It was a Monday morning, and he reported it to the school resource officer, and that launched an investigation into, they started looking at surveillance video, who had access to that bathroom as far as students in the morning. They then systematically started interviewing all the young men who had been in that bathroom, and that's when, in about the third or fourth period, they came across a Brandon Morissette. He had a gun in his backpack as well as a wallet and loaded magazines. He admitted to police that he had intended on carrying out a school shooting. So Casey Orlowski, just an incredible young man there. helping to stop a school shooting. This is all a part of the School Safety Summit in Columbus that is ongoing. We expect to hear from the governor at about 9 o'clock to give the opening statements. This is a first of its kind School Safety Summit looking at all issues, whether it is school shootings, suicides among students, and even sextortion. That is a story that we have covered extensively here. Tiffany Tucker speaking with the family of a local young man who was sextorted to the point of where he took his own life after sending pictures and then was threatened that those pictures were going to be released. We're going to have team coverage. We actually have an entire team down in Columbus. That is how important this is. Not just reporting about the problems, but looking at the solutions. What can the community do? What are our lawmakers doing to make our schools safer? Tiffany Tucker as well as Nicole Versansky are going to be live over the next 2 days down in Columbus for this School Safety Summit. We're going to keep this going. Let's listen to the next presentation. And again, we expect to hear from the governor just at about 9 o'clock.
Actually, for our second staff award.
Our second recipient is Deputy Judy Kaufman, an SRO who was also nominated twice by her colleagues. Jody's nomination came with countless examples of what it means to be an advocate for school safety, both the emotional and physical sides. Here are some words from her nominator. Deputy Judy Kaufman is one of the greatest human beings that I have ever met in my life. Many people say this about others, but Deputy Kaufman truly exudes excellence in every way. She cares about the safety and welfare of everyone she comes into contact with every day. It is not just the student body that she is working tirelessly to protect, it is everyone in the building. When I say protect, I don't just mean in the physical sense. She has made it a point to tackle mental health issues in creative ways that are available to her as a law enforcement officer. Some of the safety programs that Jody has implemented include various programs to address a range of areas in school safety, including kickball tournaments with the theme Kicking the Habit of Vapes and Drugs, mock crashes and jury trials focusing on the ripple effects of drug use and texting while driving, a vape buyback program, Kindness Month, suicide prevention speakers, special lunches for the improvement of behaviors and grades, and so much more. Deputy Kaufman? If you would.
Dan DeRosa with 19 News. We've temporarily lost our feed there. We may actually just have to reset as we get ready for the governor. We've been watching the awards ceremony part of the School Safety Summit taking place down in Columbus. This is a 2-day summit. This was created by the governor back in 2019 to try and tackle all issues, be it suicide, mass shootings, mental health for our students in our schools, all things that need to be considered. We have multiple crews down in Columbus. That's how important this is. We want you to be able to see that the solutions are the work is being put in to find solutions into making our kids safer, whether it's elementary, junior high, high school, and even on into college and higher education studies. We'll get our feedback up. We'll bring you the governor's comments from the School Safety Summit just as soon as that begins. Until then, I'm Dan DeRosa with 19 News Now. Have a good afternoon.
19 News is everywhere. Download our CTV apps and follow us on social media. at Cleveland 19 News.